she had, Raya did not have a mother, whatever she had to eat, so she always used to share. A little bit, whatever. I used to get packages from America, so while I was cleaning by them the house, those were my primary things. I used to go to other relatives when I was not working. We used to hang around with very nice people, and we had friends, and if somebody, God forbid, had a boyfriend, so you were afraid to go on the main street even to hold hands, never mind. So living by Musia, I came out a ladder higher. I didn't go anymore to these to the Verbovka, no more recruiters. But Roza, Musia, the woman where I was living, Skляryevsky, where I was living, she had a brother that he lived not far from Kiev, Gorky. The brother was an engineer. The brother's wife, she was a cripple, and I took a little bit care of that woman. Very nice people, and just I remember I used to bring over to her bed the meat, and she used to say, "This is for this, and this a piece for that, that's a piece for that." And it was. I lived with them a little while, and then I heard that there is a recruit. I could be recruited to Kamchatka. Kamchatka is a little bit too far, but it's far, so I'll explain to you. I got recruited to Kamchatka. I had a friend, and the friend was taken to the army in Vladivostok. So I figured, I had in mind, if I'll go, I was thinking, so to say, almost talking to myself, if I'll go to Vladivostok, actually I could end up in Japan. If I'll end up in Japan, I'll actually end up in America. The deal is not so bad. I decided that I'm going to go, I allowed myself to recruit to Petropavlovsk, not Kamchatka, Petropavlovsk, Kamchatsky it's called. Petropavlovsk, Kamchatsky is from Vladivostok about 5 days by boat, by a good boat, not by a good ship. Has to be strong. You're going far in the oceans. Sure enough, I recruited myself, and I left already the people in Gorky, in between, all kinds of things. Can go in. The whole life cannot be just so. You got to go ahead. So finally, I came into Vladivostok. So I took Moskva-Vladivostok Express. That was, Moskva-Vladivostok was coming back. I'm sorry, folks. I took the train, which it was cargo train. And the cargo train, everybody went, all kinds of people. The cargo train was a lot of people in the train. They were drunks, and they were all kinds of people. And if I would start counting the Jews, I probably I was the only Jewish girl. Among them. So nobody really bothered me in particular. The train took, I'm sorry I said Moskva-Vladivostok, then was backwards, was Moskva-Vladivostok. The train took 1 month in cargo train to go from Moscow. I started somewhere in Kharkov, not Kharkov, what was the name? The main was Moscow, really. They very close, the cities, maybe 200 miles apart, which is probably nothing. Gorky, I said. Kharkov was another city. Kharkov was a stop. Gorky, Moscow, it's very, short distances within a couple 100 miles maybe, I'm not sure. So anyhow, so I was on the cargo train a month. I was a little mischief. So I remember in one of these trains, I was we were walking, the train stops. It took a month because the train stops for long periods of times on the road. On the road, the woman, the Russian woman, it's severe. You're traveling, the sceneries are beautiful, green scenery, snow, I mean, really beautiful. Russian land is beautiful. The people, when the train stops, there is a saying, a Russian saying, на каждой станции кипяток бесплатный, which it means, on every station, the boiling water is free. And there are people running up to the trains, and they selling potatoes and all kinds of things. And but I had very little money, so it didn't matter to me what I buy. Potatoes for sure. But the people, as a whole, the people were nice. I came across upon nice people. So that long it took the train. Then I was working. I stopped in Vladivostok. Excuse me. I stopped in Vladivostok, and I met some girls, and I wanted to see a friend that I had from Russia, that means from Chernovitz, that he was the soldier in Vladivostok. This is why that, to begin with, I figured out. So first I'm going to Vladivostok. From Vladivostok, I'll probably go to Japan, and then Japan, if to America. The story didn't work out exactly just like that. Sure enough, I saw the friend, I spent time, I came over to the военная часть, to the army place, and I said, I'm such and such, I want to see such and such, and I saw such and such, hello and goodbye, and the time went away, whatever, that's it. Sei mal gesehen, and sure enough, where did I go? I went to Petropavlovsk-Kamchatsky. To begin with, that was the destination, really. Just my figurations in my head, they were differently. I thought of something. So I got recruited myself to a very big fish factory. I told you, Asach Meluchas Venig Bruchs. In the fish factory, I was a good worker, and I met all kinds of people, and among the people I lived in a very big dormitory. I always lived in dormitories. So I lived in a very big, huge dormitory, maybe about 20 people. And in the factory I was a very fast worker, so the fish were practically flying out of my hands. A fast worker, I like to work fast. And the cargoes used to come in, and the fish in the factory where they fried, I was cleaning. But the girls that work by the frying, the fresh fish, the most delicious fish you ever eaten. And at night we used to bring in also fresh caviar. And fresh caviar at night, it has phosphor. And the phosphor gives a lot of light. It's very beautiful and very, very tasty fresh caviar. So more or less, this is how life was. The snow was up to here. The food, you had fish. But in one of the days came in a soldier. A lot of soldiers came into the girls, and one soldier wanted to befriend me. And I said, maybe you know a Jewish guy. For some reason, I was stuck to Jews. I guess you get born a Jew, you want to stick to your own. Everyone is on, I guess, then you get only happy. I don't know. Anyhow, so he said, yes, I know somebody. Sure enough, in no time that I got to know somebody. I got to know that friend, and he was really Jewish. Anyhow, I worked in that factory, and I had to be in the factory. The contract was for 6 months. worked in the contract for 6 months, but I started to work in that fish factory.